Well, hey everyone, Dylan here, and welcome to Saturday Night's main event review on a Friday night. What is this weird world? I meant to upload it last week, but as I kind of teased in a couple other videos, I don't even know if tease is the right word, whatever, but I got sick. It threw me off, then I got healthy, and then I got sick again. So without further ado, before I get sick again, let's get into this Saturday Night's main event review for 2025. Ready? Ready. Alright, they do the traditional, like, everyone arrives shot, which usually, from here on out, new rule, I'm going to try my best not to mention those. But this one, Ted DiBiase arrives, so we got to mention that. He comes out, not really a big fan of how his jacket looked, but hey, if that's personal taste, rock whatever you love, brother, dude. Since this is a throwback show, and I'm uploading like a week late, this is going to be my one and only shameless plug for the whole video, that starting Saturday, so tomorrow, I'm going to be re-reviewing all the old 2024 episodes I missed. So last time I talked about it, I said something to the degree of like, ooh, Peacock's taking down all WWE content, so I can't do this. So as far as the Raw and SmackDown stuff are concerned, I still can't review old episodes of those. Those are taken down. Well, at least Raw is. I haven't checked on SmackDown. I'll come back to that one day. But anyway, the reason why I made this little interruption is to officially plug starting this Saturday, as long as I remember to do so, and as long as sicknesses doesn't take me out like it did this time, we're going to finish up 2024's reviews, and then who knows? Yeah, you don't want me to spoil it, Pumpkin? Okay, I won't spoil it then. Pumpkin didn't want me to spoil it, so we'll keep that one on the burner. Anyway, back to the review real quick. Alright, when we come back into the arena shot, we see Joe Tessitore and Jesse Ventura up at the, what do they call it? The Okerlund position, that's what they call it. It's like the old podium that they used to do interviews facing the arena. That's what they have officially dubbed it as now. They run down the card for the show for a little bit, and then the match starts off with Nia Jax versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. And Pat McAfee and Michael Cole are going to be on commentary throughout the show. I think like Jesse Ventura gets involved on commentary with one of the matches coming up. I wrote it down, so I'm not going to try to play it off the brain. Anyway, just going to comment on the setting real quick. Lillian Garcia's the announcer for the show overall. Just like for the last event they did in December, which again, that review is coming up not this Saturday, but the next Saturday coming up. They have like the old school ring. It's got the old WWF pads on it, but not the ones with the little F coming off of it. It's like the legal free version that's just got two W's. They have the microphone coming down from the ceiling. So yeah, it's kind of cool just seeing kind of old school wrestling again. So yeah, great match all around. It's your classic like pay-per-view style match where it ends with the person who wins reversing a second annihilator. So spoiler, Rhea wins. After that, she catches her with a kick. Like she straight up kicks her in the head. That was impressive because that's easily like 6-7 feet high. And then she gives her a riptide right afterwards to retain the title. I wrote down, Nia needs to stop using this move against Rhea. Every time she does, she keeps on getting reverse slammed off the top of it. Or like something ends up happening to where she gets reversed every time. She needs to come up with a new move specifically just for Rhea. Alright, she's like posing with her title. That happens. After that, we get like a Legends highlight where we see Alundra Blaze. And of course, they bring up the trash can thing that happened in WCW. And Mark Henry, who gets a big pop because we're in Texas. And yeah, throw up the hook'ems or whatever they are. After that, we get Sheamus versus Braun Breaker. Where once again, Breaker and Sheamus just beat the shit out of each other for like 20-30 minutes. And then Breaker ends up winning with a spear to Sheamus's ribs. They're bad ribs throughout this whole match. He was targeting them. And he destroys the dream of Sheamus. Just like how he sucked the wind out of Sheamus's ribs, he also sucked the wind out of the crowd. Everybody knew he wasn't going to win, but it's still nice to like build up the hype so that way whenever he does win, presumably at Mania, it's going to be a feel-good moment. After that, HBK comes out to a great pop, and we get a contract signing between Kevin Owens and Cody, which I could have sworn was a match for Saturday Night's main event. That's why I said Cody versus Kevin, blah, 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 win for that predictions. But you know what? Since there's not a match, I'm technically not wrong, right? Anyway, it's for the Rumble. I don't know why my brain thought it was for today. I knew it was for the Rumble. Whatever. Anywho, back to the actual segment. During this, they showed Ted DiBiase and Dory Funk sitting by himself and Jim Hogan sitting next to Ted. HBK cuts a little promo about like how happy he is to be back home and how it's his job to get the contract signed, even though he knows how this goes. He introduces Kevin Owens to the ring. Kevin comes out with a Cody Sucks Egg shirt, and I love these vintage shirts he's been wearing. I pop. Big pop. After that, Cody comes out and does the whole whoa thing off the top of a ladder, which is probably like the coolest thing that screams like aura. I wrote down it's probably the little photo in the bottom right corner, but I don't think I'm going to do photos for pay-per-views or PLEs, whatever you want to call these. Anyway, Shawn asks them to sit down, both men to sit down, and needs both of them to sign a contract. Kevin starts talking about himself and making it about himself, but Cody cuts him off and he says he's done hearing about Kevin. He wants to focus on who's going to fight at Mania. He's done even thinking about Kevin. Signs the contract. And then Kevin gives a promo on how he's been overlooked his whole career, but after the Royal Rumble, he will win the title and people will acknowledge him. He'll get the pyro. He'll get the everything that Cody has. HBK picks up the mic and calls him jealous, and Kevin takes a shot at him, signs the contract, and then shoves it into HBK's chest. HBK makes it official by having a referee hang both of the titles, and the referee makes the official announcement. He makes the official announcement that at the Rumble they will be fighting. As he goes to hug Cody and talk to him for a little bit, Kevin pops Cody over Shawn's shoulder. Shawn berates him for doing that, and Kevin tries to give him the pile driver, but Cody ends up giving him a sweet chin music, and then when HBK gets up, he gives him a super kick, and that's how we end the segment. No, wait a minute. After that, we see Jey Uso getting ready for a match later on tonight, and then we see a hype promo for Braun Breaker versus Jacob Fatu, where robots telling us to tell the tape for them. It reminds me of something like Toonami would have done, to be honest, but it's still kind of sick despite that description. So before Jacob came out, he had this little thing where Tama Tonga tells him a little bit of things and does his whole yeah shh thing, And then Jacob gives a killer minute-long promo about how he's going to whoop Braun's ass from coast to coast. This guy's got aura. This guy is aura. This is what everybody tries to get. We then get the match between the two. I thought it was going to be this killer monster thing, and at first they play it out that way, but then Jacob Fatu ends up using the ass bump in the corner. It's when their opponent's down and they rum their whole ass and hips into their opponent, and he keeps on doing it. He does it one too many times. The ref interferes and says hey, you need to stop this. I'm about to call off the match. And Jacob grabs him and throws him out of the ring. And then he keeps on doing the ass bump in the corner. He gets disqualified halfway through it. He keeps it up. Braun's spitting out blood, which obviously it's like a pill capsule, but it's okay. We'll pretend for the sake of kayfabe. He keeps on doing that. Everybody comes out to kind of stop him. And he stops for a second. Then Braun, he pulls him to the middle of the ring and does a split-legged moonsault. He does those 2, 3, 4, 5 times, so to speak. And then he goes up the ramp. He kind of just storms to the back. And just kidding, he walks back to the ring and hits it again. And then he goes backstage, finally. When we come back from ad, we see American Alpha and Terry Blanchard. Oh, I'm so sorry. I wrote down AA. I was so confused. I was when was American Alpha on this? Arn Anderson and Terry Blanchard of the Four Horsemen and the Brainbusters, never forget. Yeah, we saw a legend spot with them in the crowd just saying, hey, we're here, woohoo. After that, we end up getting a shot at the Okerlund position where Ventura and Joey is. They highlight the night we've gotten so far. They plug the Royal Rumble. Then we get main event Jey Uso coming out. The crowd's so hyped. He does the yeeting thing with a little child. This guy screams aura against Gunter. They had a killer main event 30 match. But Gunter retained at the end with a powerbomb. End it with a shot on Gunter as he holds his title, but he's like sitting down. You can see he got the shit beat out of him. And that's how we end the show. Overall, I'm pretty happy. The thing was like an hour and a half long. As you can tell by this review being shorter than normal. I don't know, maybe it's... Yeah, I got 11 minutes, so yeah, this review's probably going to be shorter than normal. So I'm happy. I like short PLEs. I'm not saying all of them should be short, because obviously, in my opinion at least, the big five should be like these 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour events. I get that, but not like every show has to be over the 2 hour limit. So I like the hour and a half. That worked for me. Made it easy to get a review out. Alright, I'm gonna quit rambling now. Today's Friday. Tomorrow's gonna be Saturday. Shocker, that's how the week works. So if you want to see what I thought of last year's Royal Rumble, just tune in tomorrow sometime and it'll be uploaded. And who knows, maybe I'll have a re-upload of the review for the 1980 whatever the first Royal Rumble was. I did a review on another channel years ago about that, so who knows, maybe I'll re-upload that review too. I don't know, just stay tuned. We'll have some episodes of the Rumble uploaded tomorrow. Alright, anyway, thank you for watching. See you later.